Hello, welcome to the world of gas or genuinely approachable Sudoku, which we do every few days on the channel. I'm trying to get it done every 4 days because I left some gaps lately, and I try and stay only a month behind. So I'm starting with puzzles from just over a month ago, March the 24th. And what I would do is go through the blurbs written on the daily Sudoku channel where these first appear on the Discord server. So you can solve them a month ahead of me if you want. And I'll go through the blurbs and the rules, and then I will try the puzzles. Now, before I do that, I want to mention that on Patreon, coming up on the 1st of May, we've got really exciting, a full-length story. I mean, full length. It's a riveting read. I haven't finished it yet. I am some way through it, and it is absolutely brilliant. It's basically a book by Demono, and it's a very exciting read, and there is a Sudoku hunt involved. You will enjoy this. That is a promise. Anyway, that is coming up on the 1st of the month. Do join us. It's the Sudoku itself, not as hard as the Nightmare hunt, but wrapped up in a really strong story. I mean, give it a go. You'll want to join to have a go at this if you haven't already joined our Patreon, which is at a very reasonable rate, if I may say so, as are our apps, including our 2 gas apps, genuinely approachable Sudoku apps, by the same authors who create the puzzles on the daily Sudoku channel. And they're really excellent. We've had nothing but good reviews for the approachable Sudoku apps, indeed, for all the apps. They've been very popular, and that is the beauty of handcrafted puzzles. We do occasionally get sent puzzles that people are stuck on from apps, and part of the reason is because computer-generated puzzles are often very dull and not interesting to solve, and difficult as well. There's not always lovely steps to fix those. There's sometimes very boring bifurcation, which we try and avoid on the channel, obviously, and which basically human setters do manage to avoid almost all the time. Certainly the ones that have any conscience. Now, enough about that. You can check all the links under the video for our merchandise, Sven Sudoku Pad, and so on. But the first 10 links actually will be to the puzzles that we're going to attempt today, which are from March the 24th through the 28th. And there's 2 links for each puzzle because you can do them. If you can't use the tiny URL link to our software, you could do them in F-puzzles instead normally. So we start with March 24th puzzle on the screen. The title is High. It's by Philip, and he says the title speaks for itself. I suppose it does. And he notified people that he was joining Meme Rista for the Set a Spotlight series on March the 25th. I don't know if you can catch up with that now, but check out the Discord server if you want to. Today's guess, he said, was a ratio pairs Sudoku. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits in cells separated by a black dot must have a ratio of 2 to 1. And you can see that the black dots actually spell out high with an H at the top and an I at the bottom. I see why high is capitalized now. Then we will go on to Difference to Neighbor by Clover, who says, make sure you check out Philip's appearance on Set a Spotlight. Okay, same thing. In the meantime, here's a gas to tide you over. In this Difference to Neighbor Sudoku, normal Sudoku rules apply. Each digit in a grey cell must have at least one orthogonal neighbor that is exactly 2 more or 2 less than it. Wow, I didn't know you could make grids like that. Never seen that before. The neighbour may be in another grey cell or in a white cell. So just for the grey cells, okay, I thought this was applying to the whole grid. I'm being very dumb. Just for the grey cells, each grey cell must have at least one orthogonal neighbour that's exactly 2 more or 2 less than it. Not all possible grey cells are necessarily given. I didn't mention the dinosaur on the previous puzzle because there are hat times to solve quickly or slowly. Either quickly or super quickly. You get 1 hat or 2 party hats. And if you don't solve quickly, but you do solve, you get a dinosaur. And the first puzzle, we got a multiplying Minucocelsior. For this puzzle, it's a neighborly Nebulosaurus. For the next puzzle, which we're going on to now, it's, I don't know, because I can't get to the bottom of that. Never mind. Let's read out what Bill says about emitter Sudoku. So Bill says klaxon sound, Sudoku Mahabharat round 4. So round 4 was live then. So presumably round 5 is live about now. Klaxon sound. Congratulations to Mr. Mark Goodliff, who reached 100 consecutive 2-hat solves today with no signs of slowing down. Let's see what we can do about that, shall we? Well, that was dealt with. I've already had 2 fails on the 2-hat times since a month ago. Just shortly after 100, Clover got me, and I think Clover got me again last week. Or was it somebody else in the last gas video? I'm not sure. But I have not got a streak of 2-hat solves to carry on, I'm afraid. And then Klaxon Sound and Bill says today's guess is an emitter Sudoku. The rules are a little intense, but I've included a plain English version underneath. Normal Sudoku rules apply. There are some circled digits in the grid which are called emitters. 4 lines of cells originate at each emitter, 1 in each direction. The digits along each of these lines must have a sum no greater than the value of the emitter itself. Right, so these must be no greater than 8. Also, each line must be as long as possible. That is, if a line were extended by 1 cell, the sum would be greater than the emitter value. So that 3 would take us over 8. And if no line is given in a direction, the adjacent cell would be higher than the digit in the circle. Okay. Well, so if that's a lot for you, the gist is it's arrow Sudoku. The highlighted cells are the bulb, and the line goes as far as possible until it reaches the sum in the circle, or going 1 cell further along would be larger than the digit in the bulb. I think that's quite understandable, to be fair. The sum along the line won't always equal the bulb, and if there's no line, the adjacent digit is bigger than the bulb digit. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I hope you do. Read it again if necessary. It'll be under the video. Bill did include a practice puzzle, which we haven't got here today. The dinosaur is an evil genius, Eotyrannus, and there's a message for me. And just to show you that I'm serious, Mr. Goodliff, you only have something for 2 hats. I have a reduced time for 2 hats. I don't even know what it is, because I don't get to read that. It's spoiled. Wow. That's mean. I mean, you didn't need to do this. I've lost my 2-hat streak anyway. Okay, you didn't know that was going to happen. Nonetheless. Right, we go on to Philip's puzzle, 129 crane fly. Everyone here, hopefully, knows that the rules of Sudoku ask you to fill each row, column and 3x3 box with the digits from 1 to 9. I'm glad you said that, because I don't think I said that's what normal Sudoku rules were today, as I normally do. But when I'm feeling especially lazy, I just fill my puzzles with the digits from 1 to 9 in order. Today's guess is a classic Sudoku. Normal Sudoku rules apply, and that's it. And the dinosaur is a Languorous Lingulong. That's a great name for a dinosaur. And then finally, we get to cross sums by Clover. The sums in today's cross sums Sudoku are very cross indeed. I can only speculate that somebody dinged their car with a shopping cart or ate the last Cadbury cream egg that they were personally saving for later. I'm delighted that an American knows about Cadbury cream eggs, of which I am a big fan. I don't know if you can get them in America or whether that's Clover's European exposure that allows her to know that. Anyway, normal Sudoku rules apply. Whenever an X appears at the corner of 4 cells, each of the 2 diagonal pairs of cells surrounding it must have the same sum. So those 2 will add up to the same as those 2, etc. The dinosaur is a grumpy Gryposaurus. Now, why do I get a different hat time on the 4th puzzle? Is it because Bill thinks it's hard to understand? On the 3rd puzzle it was, actually. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to restart my clock every time. I'm hitting the wrong buttons all over the place. Here we go. Let's get cracking. So this one is a crop key, as I would call it. So these are sequences of 1, 2, 4, 8. I can see which way that one goes. This must go the other way. This is the same, and now we know which way this one goes, and this must go the other way. And that avoids all clashes. Now these must, I would have thought, you can't put 2 or 4 on either cell, so it's definitely a 3-6 pair. Just trying to be careful here. Yes, that sees all of the 1, 2, 4, 8 digits. So that is a 3-6 pair as well, but I don't know the order that time. Now I can do some regular Sudoku. We get a 1 there, 8 there, 6, 7 pair to finish the column. That's a 3, 5 pair to finish the box. This is a naked 5. That's helpful. Naked meaning it sees all the other Sudoku digits in its row, column or box. 2 and 6 down there. This is working okay so far. That is a 5, 7, 9 triple. 8, 2, 1. That's no use to me. There's an 8 in row 1. There's I can probably finish all the 8s in the grid now. I think they're done. Let's try and do that for another 4 in the bottom row. And there's 2 more 4s in the grid, and I can't finish them. They're an X-wing in columns 1 and 3. 1s are an X-wing in those cells, and there's another one that, that I can write in there. 4, 4, 5, 1, 6, 5, 8, 4. Okay, I'm still missing things. That is a 5, 7, 9 triple, which is not a lot of use to me. I can take one of the candidates out of each cell. That's 5 or 9 as well. 6 in this column must be there. Getting all these odd digits, and I don't quite know where they go. Bother. I'm finding this a bit more difficult than I expected at this point after the early success. Can I use this 3-6 pair for something? Yeah, I think I can. That's 5 or 7 because of the 3-6 pair. That's useful. That gives me a 3 here. That's what I should have been spotting before. That is 7 or 9, so that's 4. 9 is definitely in one of those cells. So that's a 5, 7, 9 triple, and that's 3. Right, that's taken a while. Now, that is placing 3s for me everywhere. I think that's definitely helpful if I could just work out how. Okay, now we're getting a fix on rows 4 and 5. Well, I say that, and then I stumble into trouble. Top row, 2 and 9 still to place, don't know. What about this row? No, box 1. Wow, this is difficult. Why is this so difficult? 6, that's the last 6 in the grid. 8, 4, 6, 2 and 3. 3 I can place there. That's probably, no, that gives me 3. Right, that sorts out a 3, 5, 2 triple. That is going to sort out all the triples in the bottom 3 rows. And now I think I'm motoring a bit better. Was doing. That's a 9. That fixes the top row. That is surely going to help everything. Yes. Now I can do the triple in row 6. That's a 5, 7 pair. We'll get back to you. That's a 2. That's 7. That fixes the 5, 7 pair. 1, 5, 9 across here. They just go in, and then we get a 1 and a 7 to finish. 4 minutes 17. I would be confident about hitting the 2 hat time there. Now, give me 1 second. There we go. Right. And we go on to difference to neighbour. Let's get cracking on this. Differences of 2 from the grey cells. So that can't be 9 or 5. That must be 9 or 5. Always start in box 1 with Clover's puzzle. 3 has to be next to a 5 or a 1, and that must be there. Now what's this? It's 2 away from either 7, 3 or 4, but by Sudoku it's 2 or 8. Well, 8 wouldn't work, so that's a 2. Now I can finish off a lot of the top row by Sudoku. This can't be a 6 by the rule, so it's a 4. Let's try and do the bottom row as well. We've got a 5, 7 pair there. 9 and 3 elsewhere. Let's try and use the rule. That can't be 9, so it's 3. This can't be 7, I don't think. No, it can't. So that does the row. Now, where do we go next? I don't know. Let's stick a 4 in the grid there, because there are 4 4s looking at the central box. 4, 3, 5. That is 7 or 9. I should really be using the grey cells. Look at this. This has to be next to a 4 somewhere. Right, that's useful. That has to be next to a 7. Yes, that's a good thing to do. This has to be next to a 3. And that's a bit more variable. It could be in either of those cells, and I'm risking marking across boxes. This has to be next to 2 or 6. It can't be next to 2 anywhere. Ugh, it's next to 6 in one of those 2 cells. This is a difficult rule to work with, actually. Oh, this must be 3 or 7, but that must be 3. Right, that's good. That's 1 or 5, so 9 in the row is there. Let's try this bottom row as well, row 8. 6, 3, 2, 4, 1. That is 8 or 9, but this 6 needs a mate, so that's 8. This, hang on, something's gone wrong. That 2 needs to be next to a 4. Why did I put a 4 in there? I don't know. I think I got this 2 wrong. Oh, this is worrying. It's Clover again, my absolute nemesis at the moment, I believe. That does have to be an 8. That's true. 2, 5, and 6. I hope I'm right now. That 4 needs to be next to something useful. The 8. The 8 does too, though. Oh, I'm hopeless at this rule set. I think that's fixed it, but I keep making errors. Not happy with myself at all here. Let's see if I can get through the rest of this correctly. Hopefully it's mostly classic Sudoku from here on in, because I don't normally botch that so badly. Now, am I right in thinking this 4 needs to be next to a 6 in one of its cells? I think I am. And I think that's probably very helpful. Right, 5, 7, 8, 9, useless. 6 there, that's an 8. This is a 2, 3, 8 triple. I can do 5 and 1 next to that. Now, 1 goes there in the central box. 2 is in one of those cells. This central digit's probably going to matter a lot. That's a 5, though. Oh, that's helpful. That fixes 1 and 5. That fixes 1 here. If I've got that row right, then we get 2, 3, 4. That's a 3. 8, 6, 2, 4, 1, 3. That's 5 or 7, so that's 9. That's a 6. Don't know what's going on for the rest. Okay, now looking up here, 2, 7 and 9. That's 2 or 9, that's 2 or 7. That's a 3 to finish the column. That gets me 3, 2, 8, done over that side. Right, now I'm going to have to take on this middle box, which is 5, 8 or 9. Now, what can these be? This is 7 or 8, and this is 5 or 7. Well, this could be a 5, and it would be next to a 7 probably. It can't be an 8 because it can't be next to 6, but it could be a 9. So now that's a 5, 7, 9 triple. That becomes 8. 7, okay, that looks helpful. It also looks like it might well be right. 2, 9, 5, 7. Yeah, that's okay. Let's hope this is right. It is. Ooh, 2 ugly mistakes. And luckily I found them both immediately, I think. Ugh. That one fried me. Very unhappy with that. And now we get on to Bill's weird emitter with my private 2 hat time. I'll have to see if I make it. Okay, Let's go. So this has to be more than 8 or 9 because it doesn't get the emitter. This is less. We want... These add up, both of those add up to less than 7. So they must use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's 8 in the column? It's got to be here. Oh, and this was interesting. This added up to less than 8, but more than... Well, doesn't this have to be 5 or 6? And this is 1 or 2. Yeah, I can't go further than that. Now, that does place 7 in this box. It doesn't though, because why couldn't that be a 7? This could be a 1-7 spike. Bother. At least I spotted it. 8 is in one of those cells. 8 can't be there. So 8 in the central box is here. That needs a 1. Right, that's it. Now I find 7 here. That needs a 1. Now I find 6. That needs a 1. Now I find 5. That needs a 1. Yes, very interesting classic symmetry from Bill. That's a 3. Oh, well, that's probably done a lot in this puzzle. Now, these only add up to 6 each, or maximally 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is all they can use. That is 2 or 4. That's 1, 2, or 4. This is 3 or 5, and this is 2, 4, or 5. Oh, well, 8 in the row is there. That's going to fix 4 and 8. 8, 3, 4, 1, 9. I can't finish that box. Oh, this is 2 or 6 only. Interesting. 6, 1, 5, 9, 8, 1, 7, 3, 6. Oh, that's not a 9. So one of those is a 9. Maybe 9, 8, and 7. Where this must be an 8, 7 pair, mustn't it, in this box? Because they can't be on the emitter on the south side. Right. Wow, that didn't help anything. 2, 7, 4, and 3. That can't be a 7. So one of those is a 7. That's also low. 2, 3, or 4. I don't know. That doesn't help. What's this? Don't know. 8. It could be there. That's really annoying. Right, what about along this line then? This can't be 1, 2, 3, or 4. So that is 5 or 6. This must this time be 2 or 3. It can't be 3. That's a definite 2. And the other side, we must have a 1 because you can't use 2 or 3, and we've got to keep it down below or below 9. Right, now these must both add up to 7. There are a 2, 5 pair and a 3, 4 pair. But I don't know the order at all. Oh, come on. 6, 8, 1. One of these is a 9. It's that one. 8, 1, 9, 2. 5, 6, 7, 4, 3. This is quite difficult. 7 can't be there. So in this row, it is there. 7, 8, 1, 9. 3, 7, 8. Nothing ever really helps. I bet all of these emitters do add up to the number. That's quite annoying. Or apart from the 1 cell ones. Like, I bet that is a 6. But betting is not what we're here for. That is 2, 5, or 6. These are from 2, 3, 5, and 6. 8 in this box is here. I mean, getting these 8s and 9s and 7s is all very well, but it doesn't actually get anything done. That can't be 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, or 9, or 5. That is 4 or 6. This now can't be more than 5. So it's 2, 4, or 5. So 8 in this column is there. That's so obvious it's painful. 1 goes in the corner. Ooh, that becomes a 1. Now if that was a 2, these are going to go over 6, aren't they? Yeah, they are. So that's a 4. Right, that might be useful or not. They can't have a 5 on anymore, so they must be 2 and 3. Right, that feels like it was useful. That's become a 4. 1, 6, 4, 8, 3, 7, 2. This is a 5, 9 pair. That's a 4 at the top. 2, 6 and 9 in this box. I can do the 9 but not the 2, 6. Then 3 and 1. 2, 4 and 6 up here. 3, 7, 1, 5, 8. Now the 2 can't be there, or that would be 6, 4. So that's a 6, that's a 4, that's a 2. That's a 6. Can I do 5 and 7? Apparently not. How can I not do that? Oh, anyway, let's use those. Get 3 and 4. That's 5. Then 3 and 2 in the top row. I've got, oh, 3 in the corner has just exploded. Oh, that's so scary every time it happens. How weird that it didn't happen already in this puzzle. Now, that can't be a 4. So, oh yes, these were a pair that added up to 7, weren't they? 2, 5 and 6. 2 must be there. That's 5 or 6. This is 6. That's 4. This is not 2 now. 9, 6, 8, 3, 4. So I've got 2, 5 and 7 to place in the box. Oh, come on. Oh, 6 is looking across at that cell. Right. 2 and 6 are done there. 2 and 7 in the middle. What's my... Oh, I'm not finished. I'm wrong. How am I wrong? I've got 2 2s in this row. I should have written a 5 there. There we go. 7 minutes 17. If I get a special 2 hat time, I'm likely to be outside it there. Wow. Don't think I'd have even got under the 7-minute time if I'd got that right first go. Not sure. Ah, bother. Well, well done, Bill. That's a really interesting puzzle, actually. Quite tough. Liked it. Okay, I forgot to check what the full title of... It's Crane Fly. This is 129 Crane Fly. No, I did read that out. Okay, anyway, it's a classic Sudoku. Let's hope I can do better at this. Let's get cracking. So... just need to find something to get going on. 6s up the middle columns looked helpful. 4 in the first column. Now that's a 5, 8 pair, and there's a 7, 9 pair in the top row. 1, 2, 3 to go in that box, and they can be written in now. That is a 6, 5 pair. This is a 1, 4 pair. Lots of pairs establishing themselves at the top. And a triple. Okay, not to worry. We can place 4 in the central box. 1 and 9 are another pair. Now down here, 4 and 9, they go in. Can't... Well, 4 in row 6 must be there because there's an X-wing on 4s between those cells. That gives me a 1. Then I get a 2, 3, 5 triple, which I'm not unwinding yet. 9, 1, 4, 6. That's a 3, 2 pair that are unwound. 5, 7, 8 there, and a 6, 9 pair there. Nice. We've got 8 and 7 in the middle row. That is a 1, 2, 7 triple, because it sees 8, 9, 3 in the box, 5, 6, 4 in the row. 2 is there, 9 is there, a 5, 6 pair. That's giving me another X-wing on 6s, so I get a 6 there, 5 there. That sorts out the 5, 6 pair, which sorts out the 6, 9 pair. Now I can do the triples, 2, 3, 5, and 9, 8, 3. And that's the first 3 columns done. But I've got 2 2s in a row. And that went all the way back to when I was filling box 7 here. For some reason I thought that was a 2-9 pair. Absolutely wasn't. 9 is in the top section. 3, 4, 8, 7. No, that was a hideous mistake, but at least I know exactly when I made it. I don't have any of that information that I thought I had. I can place a 6 here. That's a 4-5 pair. I think that is quite a good recovery, actually. That's now a 6-9 pair, and we'll see what that does in a moment. I think I can finish the middle columns now. Wow, what a mess. Really not a good day on the gas for me today. That's now a 2-5 pair. Now, 6-9 is a pair in the column this time. And that does unwind the same pairs, but in a different way. And hopefully not with any 2 2s in a single row. Wow, what a mess, but at least I caught it. Okay, so that's not 1, that's not 2. Where do these columns unwind? Here, 2 and 7. That gives me 1, 2, 7. That gives me a 7 here. 5, 8, 5, 8. 4, 1, 4, 5. 3 minutes 20 despite the error, but knowing exactly where I made the error was helpful. And there was something, when I filled in, that those were givens for me, and when I filled in those two, it almost felt a bit easy at that point. I don't know whether my subconscious was telling me, you've made a mistake, or just Philip wouldn't have made that fill in quite as straightforward. Not sure, but lucky I did have that thought. Anyway, we'll move on to cross sums by Clover. Right, with these x's marking 2 diagonal pairs surrounding it, having the same sum. Let's get cracking. So, 1 and 3 there. Those have to be both 2s, I think. 6 and 1. Now that can't be 2 and 5 and must be a 3-4 pair. That's a very high sum, so this must be an 8-7 pair. Same here, I think. Yes, and in fact we know there where the 7-8 go. This one has 2 bits unresolved. 11 and 10 are not so helpful. 8 is. This can't be 1-7 or 3-5, so it's 6-2. Now that's a 4 to make that sum work. That fixes the 3-4 up in the corner. That is a naked 9 by good old Sudoku. That gets me done up there. This one is going, I have to say, this one is going quite well for me at the moment. Now, 5, 8, 9, triple. So then I can fill in 7 and 3. 4, 7, 9 here. Now, that has to be part of a 7 sum, so it's got to be 4. Can't do the 5, 8 on the other side. I haven't done all the x's down the bottom at all. So why am I still focusing up at the top, you will be wondering. 6, 6, that's a 6. Now, these are from 1, 5, 8. 11 we need, so 8 plus 3, and that must be it, because the others don't work. Excellent. Now we can do this one, that's a 5. Oh, that gives us a 1 there. Finishes the box out of nothing. Right, that's a 4 to finish the column. 9 I can place, but not the 5, 1 pair in the middle. Ooh, we've got 2 more x's, but both with parts not available. That's a 4, and that's a 3, 5 pair. That is 2 less than that. What can this be? 2, 3, or 5? This can't be 4 or 7. So it must be 3, 5, and that's going to sort out. I reckon we won't even need the last x, he says dramatically. And probably incorrectly, because why would it be there otherwise? For symmetry, you wonder? That's what I wonder. 2, 4, 8 to place. Don't know how they go. Now, by Sudoku, 2, 1, 5, 6. Up this column, 2. And look, Sudoku does it all. And I just need to check off 11 equals 11. I was right. We didn't actually need that x. 1, 7, 5, 4 and 3. There we go. Ooh, a second under 3 minutes. So a good finish. Now, I think I was doing okay. It depends on what time Bill... It's quite likely Bill was expecting me to get this one done in just under 7 minutes or a bit under 7 minutes. So that's maybe where I lost points today, or hats. Try and not leave too many hats behind in the dinosaur swamps as I pass through. But that was great fun today. Really entertaining. Romp through some gas. And I'll probably try and get back with gas in 4 days again, because I think both of my last 2 intervals were 6 days and it's meant to be 5. Anyway, thanks for watching and really hope to see you again on the channel tomorrow for more variant Sudoku. Bye for now.